Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Entertainment Expansion. We're your hosts, Tyler Callahan and Mike Ferrante. Mike, how you doing?
Well, to say I'm chilling is an understatement, because here in the beautiful New York State, it has finally gotten pretty damn cold.
And I hate it.
Yeah, me too.
Well, I got no pun or segue to base off that. Just we're finishing up the last Marvel show of the year. There's been a lot.
Yep.
We are talking about the second half and overall Hawkeye. The final 3 episodes are out. The series is done, unlike Loki. They did not say, at least immediately, there will be a season 2. So we don't know. This could be it. We will have open spoilers for the entire series now at this point. With that warning out of the way, Mike, let's focus first on the second half. So 4 through 6. Did you like it?
I did. Well, let me just start off by saying it's good to be right sometimes, you know?
It is.
A lot of our early predictions on the second half kind of came into fruition. You know, the watch kind of being absolutely nothing.
Mm-hmm. We spent 5 minutes at the end of the last episode thinking how crazy, the key, the watch, it's all gonna click. Nah.
Nope, just a watch. That's all it is, just a Rolex.
To be fair, it does confirm Hawkeye's wife is an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., but that's it.
Yeah, well, I mean, it kind of makes sense. How do you think they met? Like, it's nothing crazy.
No, it's nothing crazy.
But overall, I think, I think I'm just gonna go right ahead and talk about the last episode, because that's the meat and potatoes right there. Episode 4 and 5 were kind of, I think 5 was more fillerish, but you know,
I kind of have to disagree on that. I think 4 was, the break off point. Like if you structure this as a movie, 4 is the end of the second act, right? The heroes go their separate ways, blah blah blah. They have their arguments. Yeah. 5, in that sense, is the rest period. That's where you let everyone just talk it out, discuss, and then you just come back for the final push. And basically, episode 6 is all of Act 3.
Yeah, and I mean, you know,
like, I wouldn't say 5 is filler. It's a slower episode compared to 4 and 6. Yes. I would not say it's filler. I would say it uses its time wisely.
It does. I mean, but who could have seen Kate Bishop's mom being a villain the entire time? Who could have foresaw that?
I mean, we called it, but
yeah, you could just kind of tell by the way Barry Fairmont.
Well, yeah, but I mean, to be fair,
was acting.
Yeah, if we're gonna call out what we got right, what we predicted right, fucking the boyfriend was innocent all along.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah, a twist for sure, but a welcome one. It kind of makes me wonder, is he going to keep popping up?
I kind of hope so at this point. I was loving the finale. He just jumps in and starts slicing up dudes to help out Kate. And I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
This is what I want to see. Like he said, his whole life has prepared him for this. And he's a pretty good sword fighter.
He definitely was.
Mm-hmm.
You could say he really made light work of all of the, you know.
If worst comes to worst, we'll see him in the larger group at some point in the future. Yeah. He has an open invitation.
The jumpsuit mafia was kind of, you know, they're a bunch of nobodies at the end of the day.
Yes, they were a bunch of nobodies, but, and this is not a criticism of episode 6, but just a general life question for the MCU post blip. How the fuck did they hire so many?
Don't know. And
they were coming in by the truckload. Like, I understand the first batch, 3-4 trucks, you're going all in. Midway through the fight, there's like another 30 more guys. How many are there?
Yeah, and I think a better question is, how do they expect to get away with all that? Those trucks are very recognizable.
Very recognizable. I don't know. They'll have a company name on it.
Yeah, and would be easily tied to, you know, a crime syndicate.
Yeah.
Or a gang, if you want to call it that.
And, you know, you're not going to a quiet part of New York City. You're going to Rockefeller Center during Christmas.
Yeah. Just unloading dudes with illegal firearms.
Mm-hmm.
No one bats an eye. No one's like, I think we need to look into this company. Well, then again, we don't know yet.
Definitely not committing basically a terrorist attack during the holiday season.
No. Of course not.
The fucking tree got chopped down. Not due to them, but still, like, they're around it when it's chopped down, and no one says anything.
Nope. Don't even bat at an eye.
Yeah.
Like, oh, there goes that tree. Nah, nothing. No one cares, unfortunately. But
Also,
the
how many of them are dead at this point? Some of them died
100%.
from those arrows. Like some of them are dead. The ones the boyfriend killed, sliced up,
Oh yeah,
they're dead. And I'm
there's a
gonna
few that got shot in the chest with an arrow, and then like other arrows flew out of that. I'm like, the first guy's definitely dead.
yeah.
Like I don't think he's surviving that, to be
And we're gonna
honest.
assume the owl ate the tiny ones in the truck, right?
Yeah, probably gonna assume that one.
Yeah, but they're too small to fight off, punch off an owl. So yeah, they're done.
R.I.P. But not really. What something I think they did very well is Elena's fight slash conversation with Clint. Like they're kind of
Yes.
1v1 because it was very one sided of a fight, only because Clint didn't want to fight her. And you could kind of tell he was pulling his punches. He just wanted to explain to her what really happened. And kind of a fucked up thing to say is, when Clint told her that, hey, I fought your sister to die, essentially. And she just goes, you should have fought harder. And he's like, God damn it. I did. I did my best. I really did. I even fucking jumped off a cliff to save her, to make sure that I would die and she wouldn't.
Yeah, yeah. I thought that conversation was handled pretty well. And I did like how he mentioned, look, if I told you what actually happened, you wouldn't believe me. And, I'm glad they didn't go with try me. And it's like, well, there's these stones that have different abilities. And turns out you need to kill yourself to get the stone. So it's like, I'm glad they just kind of like explained that away, but also they had a heart-to-heart conversation.
Yeah. I mean, he could have framed it in, to get the one stone that we needed, you need to sacrifice something that,
And
you
that's
love.
what they were fighting to. Like, who would sacrifice first?
Yes.
I mean, it could also just be like, hey, look, your sister got a cheap shot at me while I'm dangling off the cliff trying to kill myself and she fell. So, it's not like I didn't try, Elena. I'm
Yep.
off the cliff.
Yep. He was almost there.
Yeah.
One nitpick I'm going to say is the fight on ice. Everyone seemed to be running on ice pretty well.
Yeah, no one slipped.
Yeah, not
And
really.
I don't
Like
expect
in
the
the
main
beginning,
characters to
they
slip, but
started like
you're telling me you couldn't
started
have
like
one or two of
sliding
the
around. I was like, oh, this is gonna be a sick fight scene.
yeah.
Like everyone's just gonna be slipping and sliding. No, no one really slid.
But I was saying, like a few of those bros, right? The tracksuit mafias, they couldn't be slipping in the background to show that they're on ice.
Yep, no.
Everyone's got the shoes to just run on ice. Got it. Everyone came prepared.
Yeah, it doesn't really make sense to me, but hey, it is what it is, right? That's just a nitpick.
For the big fight scene, I did like the different arrows they showed off. That was pretty cool.
Yep.
And I do like what from the beginning of episode 6 and basically how the beginning of episode 6 cemented like Kate and like Hawkeye, Clint's relationship and partnership. Like they made it official. I thought now having seen 1 through 6, I thought building up to that point was actually pretty well done in retrospect.
Yes, I agree. I think this is a better show looked at as completed.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like it's the payoffs at the end.
And honestly, to compare to say Falcon Winter Soldier, by the end of it, yeah, they're kind of buddy, kinda, but it wasn't really like a straight line there. It was kind of like choppy. But here it was pretty smooth. They had their ups and downs, but the way it was written was like pretty smooth to the end. It was. I feel like the relationship built here was done better than say Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Agreed. And we can't talk about it. We can't not talk about Kingpin.
I was waiting for you to bring it up because I got some shit to say.
Well, don't let me stop you. Why don't you go first on this one?
Okay, so for anyone listening, I am going to say this, and I will preface with the fact I have only watched 3 to 4 episodes of the first season of Daredevil. I have not seen Kingpin in action. I have not seen him do all the amazing things and the amazing acting the actor's done that I hear online about. Because all I've heard this season, Kingpin's going to come. It's going to be great. It's going to be amazing. He shows up. I'm not impressed. I'm not. He was good in the opening scene. I'll give you that. He felt menacing, threatening. The fight scenes with him, kind of laughable. And then this is not a knock on the actor. This is not a knock on the character. but I hated the fact that the pan away camera, you hear the gunshot, and then, oh
Yeah.
no,
Well, I mean,
is King.
he's not dead.
But
He's not dead.
everyone knows. We just saw him 10 minutes ago rip off a car door, take an arrow to the chest, and he lived. So I don't think a bullet is going to do anything else. Oh, sorry. Did I forget the 2 explosions right in front of his body and he walked away? So I'm sorry, Marvel. Don't do the cliffhanger when I know he's alive.
Yeah.
A 5-year-old could figure that. Oh, that probably won't hurt him.
Well, to be fair, Marvel's not really that good at the cliffhangers, you know.
No. So, and again, my knock is not against the actor. I thought with what he was given, it was good work, but I do feel it's on Marvel Studios. You bring in a Netflix character, you're finally starting to pick and choose what you want from those shows, and that's great. I feel he needed a better introduction. And I actually feel sorry for fans who have waited for him to come back. He basically just throws around Kate for 5 minutes and then fake out shots.
Well, that's kind of what Kingpin does.
Okay, well then maybe my expectations are like I'm expecting this amazing villain. There's just so much like oozing charisma. He's threatening, and I didn't really see that.
Just kind of a brute force kind of guy.
Well, that I got.
What gave you that impression? Him ripping the car door off like nothing,
and just
one punching Kate across the room.
Yeah, just slightly. I got the point. Look, I'm looking forward to seeing more of him. Hopefully, he's treated a little better. Because I kind of feel like for this big guy coming in, right? He's the big guy Clint's worried about. Everyone's worried about. He kind of, I wouldn't say treated like a joke, but he wasn't like after the first meeting when he gets to the fight scenes. I don't feel like he's being taken seriously. Now you could say, well, Kingpin's not purposely trying to kill Kate. That's fine. I get that. And if that's the case, so be it. I just kind of want to see a more ruthless side of him. I hear so much about him. He says the city is his. Dude, you got to work for it.
Yeah, I think it opens up some nice doors, though.
And also, if he comes back in any other Marvel shows, and I see him still hiring the tracksuit mafia, he can get fucked. That's why you don't have the city. That's why.
That's some dumb shit. But no, that kind of opens the doors for the Netflix Marvel universe. It's basically all now canon, technically, like fully confirmed. No semi questions, or at least Daredevil and Punisher, because Kingpin took place in.
And he specifically like came in contact with those characters, so obviously they would have to be there.
Correct. So that's something we can hopefully look forward to.
Yeah. And look, Echo is getting her own TV show, Marvel series. So I assume Kingpin will have to show up in there. I mean, considering Echo shot him in the face or chest at least. So.
Well, we don't know if she actually successfully connected the shot. He could have fucking just one punched her across the fucking.
He could have, but
across the highway, and she shot.
I mean, yes. And look, if that's the opening scene to the series, I mean, wow, what a way to start a show. But I feel he has to be in Echo a little bit, considering the last time we see both those characters is in an alleyway with a gun about to go.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, they better not be like 6 months after Hawkeye, and you just see like Maya just, I don't know, getting ready to do a job or something. It's like, so I guess Kingpin's alive.
Yeah, or maybe she thought she killed him and he resurfaces that way.
Oh god, that'd be so stupid. That if that's the case, I'd much rather your idea of him punching her and like going across the highway or something.
Yeah,
because that just breaks her character. Like, one of the key things from this character is that she's hell-bent on revenge, but she's also competent and she's highly skilled. She's seriously going to walk away from Kingpin knowing what he can do. Like, I think I killed him.
I think I did. Nope, you didn't.
She's the character that should have a machine gun, get him down to the ground, and put 20 bullets in his head to make sure he is dead, not just a pistol and just like walk away. Job done.
Well, Tyler, this isn't Zombieland. There's no double tapping.
Double tapping would have solved her issues, because we know he's alive, and I didn't hear no double tap.
No, there wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
That we know of. But that takes time for us to see all that.
But as a show overall, what'd you think?
Well, I think I've kind of made it clear. The show overall is great.
Yeah.
Great show. If we gotta throw a little bit of ranking in here, I think it's my second favorite Marvel show that they've released.
Yeah, I mean, let's get to rankings. Just to finish up my thoughts, I think maybe I was a little too harsh on it at the beginning. It was a little slow compared to other Marvel shows, but the whole package is pretty good. 4 rankings. I'm just gonna do my full ranking right now. Right now, fourth place, WandaVision. Third place is Falcon and Winter Soldier. Second place is Hawkeye. If you would ask me a month ago, it'd be up there. I'd be surprised, but hey, that's where we're at. And first place still, and I think we'll still be first place for a while, is Loki.
Agreed. I mean, my list is the exact same, so there's no sense me
WandaVision
re-saying
in
them.
your first place.
No, it is not. As much as I enjoyed WandaVision, I think Falcon Winter Soldier was a more fun show to watch and has more rewatchability.
Yeah.
Hawkeye, better than that, and then Loki. Loki is just great, you know.
Well, Loki actually changes the MCU for the next few years, the events in that series.
Whereas the other three are catching up with
Mhm.
these characters. So, I mean, each of them tells a pretty decent story, but I think telling a cohesive story, Hawkeye kind of has it on the other two. I think that's without a question.
Yeah,
But
I think the story is better, and yeah, I think from like start to end, Hawkeye is better compared to like you said, WandaVision and Falcon Winter Soldier.
agreed. But not everyone might think the way we think, Tyler.
It's true.
I think there's a great place for everyone to let us know their thoughts about Hawkeye, as well as their favorite MCU shows on Disney Plus. Obviously, we don't want to hear about Daredevil and Punisher because that would be a whole new list. As always, feel free to let us know. Entertainment Expansion. Check us out on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. As always, thank you for listening.